So, hello everyone, myself Gautam here. I'll be teaching mathematics for IIT JEE mains examination, including your class 11th as well as 12th. So, today we shall be starting with, okay, it's a sample session. Okay, we'll be starting with a very beautiful concept called vectors. Sir, what are vectors? So, let us look at uh, this is one of the most important chapter for our class 12th, all right, and and for IIT JEE students, okay, those who are seriously preparing, this is considered highly scoring area, all right. Yes, sir, should I require any prior knowledge for this? As such, answer is no. All right, because till now you have largely learned about scalars, but definitely you are exposed to this idea in the in the physics session. All right, now sir, uh, uh, after my after my 12th, okay, this becomes essentially very handy in our engineering. All right, in engineering, all right, in areas especially in computational mathematics. All right. Especially in this computational maths we apply in AI as well as ML. Like those who are opting for this stream, vector algebra and the linear algebra, especially the matrix and determinants chapter, will prove very versatile in solving very complex mathematical problems. So have a strong foundation in this makes it very interesting. All right, and more powerful in terms of solving complex problems. Now coming to vector algebra, gentlemen, so what are we going to study in this? So what are vectors? Right? Then what are its the laws? All right, laws, laws of vectors. Laws of vectors matlab addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, so and so forth. All right, then what are its applications? All right. As such, in our 12th syllabus, the scope of the solving the problems, challenging problems, is not much so highly scoring in the board exam as it is very easy. All right. Now, apart from this, for to in the competitive examination, they definitely ask good amount of questions, which requires strong foundation. All right, now, so let's start with what are vectors. All right, what are vectors? So, what are vectors? Vectors are basically physical quantities. All right, physical quantities. All right, now, now, physical quantities. Along with that, they need to have certain very important characteristic. That is, it should possess direction. Direction. Now, you might be aware of various physical quantities. For example, mass. For example, volume. All right. For example, height. They're all physical quantities. They have separate units. For example, mass. We mentioned kilo. All this is in meter cube. This is in say inch or feet. Right. Now, so direction. Now, the insignificance of direction you can definitely understand using this very simple example. Look at this. Say there is a box. There is a box. I tell you, uh, A is also applying force and B is also applying force. A is also applying the force, B is also applying the force. Where will this box move? Will the box move in this direction or will the box move in this direction, this direction, this direction? कहाँ move होगा? All right, this question can be in fact this question is very very vague, right? All right, I need to mention along with this, sir, A is applying a force either in this direction or in this direction. Sir, force is say 10 Newton. Say this is also 10 Newton. Whether it is towards the table or away from the table. Now, sir, similarly, whether force is applied towards the table or away from the table. Sir, say मान लीजिए this is 20 Newton, so this is also 20 Newton. Now, sir, in which direction the table will move? sir, if it is only, if, if this is case one, in this case one, definitely the table will move in this direction because the net force, that is minus 20, that is 20 in opposite direction and 10 in this direction. So this is the one which is in greater, greater magnitude. All right, the greater magnitude. That is why the table will move in this direction. All right. So this is the most simplest example which will be, which you can comprehend. Now, such quantities which possess both magnitude and direction, we call them as vectors. All right, call them as vectors. Now, sir, how do we denote vectors? Very simple. Say here A, okay, with a arrow overhead. All right. Say or A B like this. Now, sir, देखिए. A vector graphically it is denoted like this. Graphically it is denoted like this. Say this is my initial point, this is my terminal point. This is my initial point, this is my terminal point. Say मान लीजिए this is A and this is B. Alright, so vector A B. देखिए this is my initial point, this is my terminal point. Alright, now देखिए sir A होता है length, A होता है this is the length. Alright, this length is basically represents, its representation, all right, represents magnitude. All right, so sir, how do we denote it algebraically? देखिए magnitude of AB ऐसे लिखना है, magnitude of AB or magnitude of AB vector. Okay, say it is 4 centimeter or 5 units or so, and remember this magnitude is always a positive number greater than or equal to 0. It has to be positive. Something, sir, what is the magnitude of this vector? If I say minus 5, it doesn't make sense. All right, now, sir, you can look at the inclination. देखो inclination. Imagine. See this. Say this is theta, right? It is with it is inclined. See this is my x-axis. It is inclined with x-axis with certain angle. This inclination represents the direction. So we are able to club both magnitude as well as direction. Now, how do I represent the direction? Let here assume. See here assume. Okay, we have you can see in highways. All right, in highways there are many uh, uh, you know uh, uh, marks with denote direction in different paths, right? Denote direction in different paths. Now, sir, see this is Chennai. All right, this is Bangalore. This is say Hyderabad. Say this is you know uh, Kanchivaram, where somewhere. Now, sir, if I denote it like this denotion denotion, these small arrows are basically talking about direction, right? If you go in this direction, you will go towards Chennai. They are not per se, they themselves do not tell anything regarding the distance. They simply tell you go in this direction, right? Similarly, see if this is my vector, if this is my vector AB, this is my vector AB, the the small vector AB cap, all right, AB cap is a vector of magnitude. Very important. Magnitude मतलब इसका length is 1 unit, and more importantly, it is in the direction of vector AB. All right, very important, gentlemen. Look at this. So okay. Now, let's continue, gentlemen. So, this is my vector AB. Sir, any vector A is represented as, sir, magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude as well as direction. All right. So this is my magnitude vector. This is my direction vector. All right. So similarly, in the similar fashion, vector A is written as magnitude of vector A and A cap. We call it as, we pronounce it as A cap. Now, what are we going to study in all towards, the entire chapter is about how do we put it in geometric format? How do we define it, algebraically? What are the rules governing addition, subtraction is what we are going to study. All right. So now let us look at this. Then look at this. Look at this. Uh, so uh, assume in my called three-dimensional uh, space. All right, my three-dimensional space. Assume. Okay, see here. Okay, now gentlemen, something more interesting. Look at this. This is मान लीजिए. This is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. This is my positive z-axis. This is my negative z-axis. All right. Sir, I find it difficult to comprehend. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. आप ऐसे भी सोच सकते हैं. Right. Same thing. Okay, in a more simpler manner. All right, more simpler manner. All right. Now, sir, मान लीजिए इधर एक point है. This is my point. All right. In three-dimensional geometry, okay, we denote x, y, z. We require three coordinates, right? Three coordinates. All right. See, learn this in a more interesting manner because in the later on you will be able to club this topic, this concept with the matrices and determinants as well. All right. Now, sir, there is a beautiful line which is drawn from here. Okay, beautiful line drawn from here. This is my vector OP. Vector OP. All right. This vector OP, that is when O is the where O is the origin as well as the initial point. Such vector we call it as position vector. So position vector matlab a vector originating from the origin, the Cartesian system. All right. Now, now, sir. Uh, if at all you are able to, imagine this, let me, try to draw in a three-dimensional space. So this is my point P. This is my x, y, z. Okay. Now, see here. This is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. Okay. This is my z-axis. All right. For the sake of convenience in our vector algebra, as we discussed, there are unit vectors, right? Unit vectors. Okay. So the if 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 Gautam wants to go in x direction, how do I say it in the language of vector algebra? Sir, I need to go x units in the direction of I we call. All right, where I cap or I cap represents a unit vector in direction of x-axis. Very, very, very important, gentlemen. All right. Similarly, sir, if I have to go in y direction, gentlemen, then it is j cap. Similarly, if I have to go in z direction, it is k cap. So I, j, k, they are unit vectors in our standard, three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. Now, sir, this line, this line is my position vector. Is my position vector, okay, of OP. Position vector OP. Now, uh, Now, so let us look at, see, if at all I want to come to point P, if at all I want to come to point P, see here, look at this. I need to come, say, x units in I direction. All right, x units in I direction. Matlab, I need to travel x into I units. All right, then I need to come again in y direction. Therefore, y into j cap. Similarly, in z direction, है ना? Z direction. Z into, all right. Now, now, something, sir, what is the length of this particular vector? What is the length of this particular vector? All right, sir, if you visualize, sir, this line, which is a diagonal in this particular cuboid, all right, in this cuboid, this is a diagonal, and look at this, sir, if at all I am able to visualize this, I draw a line, if I draw a line, okay, what will be the length of this line, gentlemen? This length would be, see here, this is x units. This is, gentlemen, this is z units, right? Therefore, from Pythagoras theorem, I can definitely write x square plus z square units. All right, that is length of O. Say this is Q. OQ is this much. All right. Now, gentlemen, now if you can visualize this triangle, this is also a right angle triangle, right? Also right angle triangle. So this is how much? This is my y. Okay, y units. So uh, root of x square plus z square, the whole square, plus plus uh, you know uh, pq, right? Right. Iska under root will give me the length of OP, right? Something very important. So what you got, a very powerful result, that is x square plus y square plus z square under root is the length of length of a vector. Alright, whose whose coordinates or whose position vector is, okay, given by x y z. Whose position is given by points x y z. Now going further, gentlemen, say let us take this small example. Say I have a point P, x1, y1, z1. All right. So I have a point Q, x2, y2, z2. Right. Now the position vector of point P. This is point position vector of point Q. Now, okay. So how do I denote it? How do I denote it? Now, before rushing into this, let me tell you from the previous example itself. Look at this. If Gautam wants to go from here in this direction and then in this direction, all right, say this is in x I cap direction, this is in, say, y j cap direction, then the net effect of traveling from here to here can be given with a direct vector from here, right? All right, this vector is basically the resultant vector we call, okay, which is denoted by x I cap plus y j cap. So why do you represent it with plus? Okay, now those aspects we will be understanding with this example. Now, sir, uh, me going from here to here and from here to here. Now, just look at here, gentlemen. If I want to go from here to here, okay. So basically, this one. Okay, so by using vector law of addition, matlab me going from here, that is OQ, and then from Q to P is equivalent to going from O to P. Therefore, I write OQ plus PQ is equal to OP, right? Therefore, gentlemen, the very important result, sir, PQ is equal to OP minus OQ. मतलब मतलब if at all I want a vector from P to, okay, from P to Q, P to Q, I need to I need to uh, know the position vector of point P, that is OP minus OQ. All right, all right, okay, all right, gentlemen. So you know, yes, we can continue with this concept more and more again. Now, going by the 12th distribution of chapters, let me show you. See here, this is uh, the 12th topics. Okay, uh, so vector algebra and three-dimensional geometry and linear programming, they are considered highly scoring along with relation function, matrix and determinants. These topics, uh, so it will take me around 3 months to complete. 3 months to complete, keeping on an average of 2 classes per week. Now, next half of the syllabus would be the calculus part, this one, as well as another topic, that is probability. All right. Now, sir, how do we, should we start with the easier ones or difficult ones? Generally, students prefer to start with easier ones. Okay, but some students feel that, sir, doing the difficult part at a later moment can be, make things more worse, because in several colleges they start somewhere in October, November. Okay, so calculus requires more of application bent of mind, and requires has a lot of formulas, lot of varieties. Okay, and it is difficult for few students to digest the things. So what we suggest is, okay, once you complete 2 or 3 chapters, easy chapters, then directly switch to the calculus part. All right. Now, so on an average, it will take us 6 to 7 months to complete the entire syllabus. All right, and we will be giving class tests. All right, that is purely test series. All right, then solving all the PYQs, both JE PYQs as well as the CBSE PYQs, and last में class notes and additional, if at all you want to refer. Okay, I will be solving questions from the Cengage and another book by Vikas Gupta sir, that is Mathematics Black Book for JE. All right, their solutions are given. Solutions are less, okay, and very short, so we can solve those problems in detail. Okay, that's all, gentlemen. Okay, for further information regarding the classes, okay, and for more clarity, you can contact the management regarding that. Thank you so much.